Allied Services High School Hoops presented by Bathfitter.
Welcome to Comic Country, everyone. We're in Clark Summit, Lackawanna County. Tonight, first place in Division I of the Lackawanna League is on the line as 9-1 Valley View battles 9-1 Abington Heights. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Ide, and welcome to our first of 7 games here on MyTV featuring high school hoops. Joining me in this tip-off event will be Doug Walsh, Mr. Basketball himself. And Doug, after the exhibition season, these two teams really are right where we expected them to be.
Bob, both teams came in with 2 quality wins in the division. This is the 3rd tough test in a row. 13-game season in the division, so this should go a long way to getting a leg up for either one of these winners.
Let's talk about the Cougars first. Their only loss of the season has come to Old Forge. It's a senior-oriented team led by our Toyota Spotlight player, Eli Yusavich, who's headed to Drew.
Well, he scored double figures every game but one, and the only one he did, and he's got 9. Left-handers like him are tough for guys to defend. He's among the Division I scoring leaders in the Lackawanna League with 16 a game. He drives it well. He's got a nice touch on the 3-ball, and when defense is key on him, which I'm sure Abington will tonight, he's really good at dishing and getting his teammates involved. He leads the team in assists.
The Comets' only loss of the season actually came just last Saturday out of conference to Berks Catholic. The night before, they beat Scranton Prep right here on this court. They're a young but talented team, a lot of good stars, a lot of good players for basketball, including our other Toyota Spotlight player, Mason Fedor.
Mason Fedor, he's long, he's athletic, he jumps through the roof, he's relentless on the defensive end. He scored double figures in 4 of his last 5 games. The thing I love about him most is he's got great anticipation. He sees the play before it develops.
Well, we've had a lot of tape and a lot of time to look at these two teams. We got some keys to the game from the coaches. Doug, let's go to Valley View first.
Well, Valley View is concerned about the press. They have to be able to handle Abington's pressure, and they got to keep them one and done. They got to keep them off the glass. Abington's been turning the ball over lately, Bob, a little bit more than they would like to, so they got to handle the basketball, and the defensive focus has to be on Yusavich and Pagula. They can't give them good looks beyond the arc.
We're all set, are you?
I'm set.
We're all set. First place of Division I of the Lackawanna League is on the line. It's Valley View and Abington Heights next.
Allied Services High School Hoops presented by Bathfitter.
We are back at Abington Heights High School. Don't adjust your screens. The lights are down. The starters are being introduced for the home team, the Abington Heights Comets. And Doug, before we get started, we're going to get to tonight's national anthem, but we want to talk about, as throughout the game, it's National Referee Week. We have 3 great referees tonight, Jack Gaffney, Kevin Walsh, and Steve Zayak. We'll talk about that later on. Time to rise and honor the United States of America with the playing of tonight's national anthem. First, for Valley View, brought to you by Bathfitter, 9-1 coming in, 2-0 in the Lackawanna League. It'll be Yusavich, Pagula, Hilling, Kaharski, and Jewell, the starters for the 9-1 Valley View Cougars under the direction of Mike Kerpis. For Abington Heights, also 9-1 and 2-0. Nealon, Marion, Lucas, Walsh, and Fedor. For Abington Heights, of course, coached by a longtime coach here at Abington in his 27th season, Ken B. Anke. Our referees tonight, I mentioned those, Jack Gaffney, Kevin Walsh, Steve Zayak. We honor the referees tonight, former referee Doug Walsh.
Yeah.
They got a round of applause before the game. Let's see what happens during the game.
They're finished. They're done for the night.
It'll be Kaharski and Fedor to tip My TV's High School Hoops is underway for 2023. Marion with the ball. Abington Heights in the white jerseys with the blue trim. Valley View in the blue jerseys with the gold trim.
Valley View starts out man-to-man, Bob.
Out for Fedor, a little short.
They cheated
Walsh
off,
with the rebound, but they bring it back to Valley View.
Valley View cheated off Mason Fedor. They thought maybe he doesn't challenge him. They'll let him shoot that three if they can go double down low.
Valley View averaging 56.6 points per game. Beat Scranton the other night in overtime. And we have a travel on Usavich.
Good defense by Will Marion, forced the turnover. They switched the handoff.
Abington Heights comes in, averaging 66.4 points per game, one of the tops in the league. 83 pointers for this Comet team this year. And a shot from Lucas.
Yeah,
He'll go to the line.
Yeah, they're going to get Toole on a bump before. I think they're going to get that on the floor. Tahid Jewell with a little bump on the drive. Yeah, you see the reach in there too. That's before the shot, so they'll take it out underneath.
Lucas banged up a little bit Saturday with an ankle injury, but he'll get the start tonight. Nealon's shot no good. Here come the Cougars back. Jewell.
Be interesting to see if Valley View wants to run with Abington. Abington's running a little bit more this year. You'll see it than they normally do. We'll see if Valley View wants to get this going up and down with them.
Fedor will play outside a little bit. Try to get inside the Lucas. Hilling very pesky at that guard spot. Gets the turnover.
Oh yeah, I like his game. He does what he needs to do. He doesn't have to score. He plays great defense.
Kaharski from downtown. First three-pointer of the night.
Now, credit Connor Hilling for coming up with that steal, getting an extra possession there for Valley View, and they found Kaharski.
His only second three-pointer of the season. He's 2 for 7 on the year.
Yeah, if he gets out and beyond the arc, they got a problem because you got a key on Pagula and Usavich.
Fedor gets the feed, can't get the bucket to go. Well, the foul inside.
Yeah, they're going to get Rob Lucas. They're going to give him 2. They're going to say he was on the way up on the rebound.
So second foul on Jewell. They gave it to Jewell, so Lucas will go to the line, as you mentioned.
Well, there comes Kyle Rupp now. Kyle Rupp's a big body, too. He can hold his own down there, down low. He's second in the team in rebounding, so they don't lose much with Rupp coming in to replace Jewell.
Lucas 71% on the year, hits his first 2, and cuts the lead to 1.
The made free throw allows Abington to get in their 1-2-1-1 press. Valley View almost threw it away.
Blocked by Fedor on Pagula. Taken away by Pagula.
He didn't take too kindly to Mason Fedor swatting his shot, did he?
Well, Pagula's done that the last couple of weeks, just taking the ball. Some of those for last-second shots, too. Connor Hilling, football player, saw him during our season there with Valley View, the talented tailback.
Yeah, you see Valley View a little bit more patient on the offensive end. You got Connor Hilling for a carry.
Not really Hilling, you don't want him handling the ball up top too much.
Yeah, and that's what happened. They got a little out of sorts and trying to get set up.
3-2 our score. Just about 3 minutes in this Lackawanna Division I battle.
Abington running off the 1-4 high set. The old UCLA high post offense.
Marion's first two. Will Marion averaging 12.5 points per game. Kaharski down the lane with the left hand, lays it up and in.
Abington switches a lot more this year on the defensive end too in their man-to-man, so you get a couple of mismatches here and there.
All five from Kaharski. Nealon, no good. Fedor with the bucket.
Well, there he is on the offensive glass, Mason Fedor. 29 offensive rebounds coming into the game. Now that's 30.
Already 3 league changes. Doug, kind of what we expected from this battle of 2 top teams in the league.
Yeah, these are the 2 of the 3 or 4 best teams in this division, that's for sure.
Kaharski feeling it tonight. Little aggressiveness and hoop and a harm. Count it and 1.
Well, the thing that Kyle Rupp brings a little bit more, Bob, is he brings a little bit more offense. He's a great rebounder. He's a great offensive rebounder, as you saw there. But he can put the ball in the basket a little bit, maybe a little bit more than Jewell.
Rupp 6 for 8 on the year. Completes the 3-point play.
Valley View staying with the man-to-man.
Knocked out of bounds, and that should be our first timeout of the evening. 3:54. Let's see if they give it to us, and they did. Back and forth we go here in Abington. We'll be right back.
Valley View 8. Tonight's Allied Services marquee matchup features 2 players who are proving their worth on the offensive end. Valley View's A.J. Kaharski has scored a quarter of his team's points in the first 2 league games. At Abington's Ryan Nealon could put it on the floor as well as lead his team in 3-point shooting. It'll be interesting to see who comes out on top of this Allied Services marquee matchup tonight.
Bye-bye Doug Walsh, 3:54 left in the first. 8-6. The Cougars lead. Abington ball right near their big student section here. In fact, both teams have respectable student sections. Good to see for a high school matchup.
Yeah, it's a great crowd. This place is packed on that side, that's for sure. Great atmosphere.
Back out to Marion, has it stripped. Hilling took it away.
Well, you see Connor Hilling is...
Kaharski adds, he is 7 of the 10.
Connor Hilling guarding Will Marion, making sure he doesn't get any threes up.
Walsh used his shoulder, made some space, and hits the deuce.
Well, unfortunately, LV Pagula fell down and left Pat Walsh wide open for an easy 15-footer.
Token press from the Comets. Good inside pass to Rupp.
Good recognition that time. They realized Walsh was
Inside
guarding
to Lucas, and he's going to be called for a travel.
Yeah, Walsh was guarding Rupp down low, and they had a mismatch, so good job by Kaharski to locate the mismatch.
Well,
here's where Valley View has to be careful on this pressure.
That's one of the things Coach Kerpitz talked about, the pressure from the Comets. They easily break that into their offense. Kaharski's the hot hand, 7 of the 10 points for the Cougars.
I see Valley View being a little bit patient on the offensive end. I think once they break the press there, they want to be disciplined on the offensive end and make sure they get a good one.
Ryan Nealon all over their leading scorer, Savage. He's blanketing him. Somebody else is going to have to pick it up. Pagula tries, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Looks like Fedor will be called with his first.
Well, good patience. You see the drive there by Pagula. Drawing the foul. Mason Fedor didn't think so, but referee Kevin Walsh has the last say.
Handler, Hennings, and Rosenberg free throw is up and good from Pagulish. Sitting at a 65% stroke this season.
I see Abington comes in with Nico Bossy now to replace Mason Fedor.
Also Roman Cutrofello, the senior. I mean, a lot of seniors on this team for the Comets.
Yeah. Valley View is all seniors in their starting five. I mean, all the subs are underclassmen, but the starting five for Valley View is all seniors. And the guys in Abington are underclassmen, 3 out of the 5.
Strange to see Coach Bianchi going to his bench a lot. Used to see him just play 5, but he'll go 7 or 8 tonight.
Well, you're absolutely right. And they're pressing. They're maybe man-to-man a lot more than their matchup zone this year. They're pushing the ball up the floor. Yeah, a little uncharacteristic, and they're using more guys. Well, when you play that style, you got to move more guys.
Bossy ending a couple. Kaharski again. Maybe took an extra step. Here comes Nealon, pushing it. The corner to Marion. Count it! Another lead change.
Well, you like those transition threes. You get out ahead of the defense, get your feet set beyond the arc, and Nealon found Marion.
Marion's 12th 3 on the year. Back quickly comes you Savage. Can't duck your head tonight. Up and down we go.
This is good old school basketball, Bob.
Back out the Cutrofello thought about it. Lucas feeling better on that ankle. Marion to the rack, got another one.
Well, when they get in the half court, they're going to get the ball into Rob Lucas in the post. You see there's the pressure now on the defense.
Marion again. Four in a row for the Comets.
That's what Coach Kerpus was afraid of, turning the ball over against the press.
See if Coach Kerpus wants to play for the last second shot.
Yeah, with 25 to go, they'll work for the last one.
Nealon wanted to take it away from Pagula, but he's going to be called with the foul, his first.
Now you see what Abington did. They double teamed out there on the wing. They tried to make them go a little faster. They wanted to try to stop them from getting the last shot. And then they got the ball into the post to Pagula, and then Nealon fouled him.
Homentowski and Vino come in right at the end of this first quarter for the Cougars.
I'm sure you'll see number 4 take this last shot.
Off a screen. 5 on the clock, Pagula. Out to Homentowski, 4-3, no good. And that's the way the quarter will end. Back and forth we go in this Lackawanna League showdown. It's a 3-point lead for the home team from Abington Heights. We are happy to bring back the high school hoops figure law firm Scholar Athletes. $1,000 scholarship on the line. Molly Murphy on the left-hand side from Valley View is a basketball player. She has a GPA of 4.1, and she's headed to Emory University. Matt Shaw, he's injured for Abington Heights, but a great student, 4.0 GPA, headed to Wilkes University. Comeback player last year of baseball, also likes basketball, and both are very community-oriented. So congratulations to Molly and Matt, our Scholar Athletes, for this week's game. We are back in Comet Country. Bob Ide, Doug Walsh, 3-point lead for Abington. What a great first quarter, a lot of action.
A lot of action up and down, both teams going at it. Getting on the offensive glass, turning the ball over, playing solid defense. Just about what we expected.
A.J. Kaharski leads the Cougars with 12 points so far. He was injured near the Toronas tournament. They did win the Toronas, did Valley View. But really, you see Savage trying to take the shot, but for Valley View, there's a lot of guys that can score on the floor.
Yeah, it's not just one guy, and and if they key on Savage, as we said in the open, he leads the team in assists, so he's really good at getting his teammates involved when they key on him.
Bossy's first foul.
Well, you see they had Bossy guarding Savage out on top, and he said Savage thinks he can take him off the dribble. He tried to do it last time, but was unsuccessful.
Abington's 4th team foul. Valley View has 2. Hilling left wide open, doesn't want to take the shot. Instead, almost committed a turnover.
Yeah, Marion came up with it, but his foot was on the sideline. Yeah, you see your point, Bob. They're letting Connor Hilling, they're going to give him, they're daring him to shoot that three. Pat Walsh is sagging into the middle on the defensive end there.
Hilling doesn't have any three-pointers on the season, so probably a wise move there. Knocked out of bounds, not saved. Vimo lost the ball.
Yeah. Noah Vino can shoot the three. They got Cucciafello guarding him, a little bit more size on him to try to take that three away from him.
43 pointers on the season as a team for Valley View. So Abington Heights doubles them in 3 points in the game.
Yeah, you'll see Pagula and Yusavage get almost all of them, but Vino comes in a distant third.
Man-to-man still from the Comets. Pace has really slowed down from the first quarter.
Well, I think Valley View wants to be, when they get the ball over the timeline, if they can't run, they're going to be a little bit more deliberate on the offensive end. Keep Abington on the defense for long stretches of time.
How patient will the Cougars be? Nice drive by Rupp, but he's fouled before the shot. Bossi picks up 2 quick ones there. He'll take a seat. And Brister, number 40, comes in. Zach Brister, a senior.
Abington getting everybody involved, their 8 or 9 man rotation. Get some guys get up a sweat in the first half.
Savage, stop, pop, no good. He's still trying to find his stroke.
You know, back to your point too, Bob, I think when Valley View gets into the half court, they're going to play a little bit more deliberate. They don't want the game to get up in the 60s or so. They'll be comfortable if it's around 45.
Walsh off the mark. Here come the Cougars back the other way. Right in front of Coach Bianchi. Kaharski caught it.
Again, Valley View with pretty much the same look, the 1-4 high set, high post stuff.
Kaharski tried to take the baseline. Blocked away by Marion. Here comes Abington Heights. Lucas running the floor. Marion to Brister, blocked by Kaharski.
Well, offensive rebound by Abington, gets him another possession. Great defense by Kaharski, though, to thwart that first attempt.
Here's Hilling. He's a pest.
You said it.
Long shot, no good. From Cucciafello. Cucciafello again. Abington can't get a bucket here in the second. Hilling back. Hilling to the rack. No call. He lays it up and in.
Now they'll pick their spots. They'll run when they can. If you can run, if you can rebound, you can run. If it's there, they'll take it. If not, they'll back it out and run some offense.
The largest lead has been 3, and that was Abington Heights. For the most part, it's been a 1-point lead for either team back and forth. Lucas trapped.
It's probably going to go back into the post again. They like to, he's a great passer out of the post, Rob Lucas is. So when they get into the half-court set, a lot of times they'll go into him, and then it'll come back out.
Fedor, Marion, and Nealon are all on the bench. Their scores. Oh, excuse me, Marion's number 12. He remains on the floor.
You know, in this type of atmosphere, too, you guys start to hyperventilate a little bit. You use a lot of energy, and you need some rest. You need a little blow here and there.
Marion trying to take it strong. Cucciafello. Should say Walsh with the board. And 3:56 remaining. We should take the break before the free throws. 3:56, 1-point lead for the Comets. When we come back, Cucciafello will be on the line. We are back here on MyTV, WQMY, Allied Services High School Hoops, presented by Bath Fitter. Bob Ine and Doug Walsh here enjoying a very good game. It was up and down the first quarter, but the first 4 minutes of this second quarter, pace has really slowed down, I think. Just really 1 point. It was 17-14. There's only one been one basket here in this quarter.
Well, you got to credit both defenses, Bob. They're doing a real good job forcing some difficult opportunities at both ends of the floor. And you see the drive there. You'll see by Marion, coming up in there. Pat Walsh on the rebound, offensive rebound, and then Savage fouls him.
So Roman Cutrofello, a 5'11 senior, go to the line. 5 of 9 on the season. Excuse me, Pat Walsh is on the line. My fault, 22. Pat Walsh on the line. 1 of 16. No, that's not right. 11 of 16 on the year. He makes the first.
Pat Walsh is he's kind of a do-it-all. Doesn't get much recognition. The other guys get a lot of the accolades, but he plays great defense. Father was a good player at Old Bishop Hannon High School. Plays good defense, does what he needs to do, rebounds, comes up with plays just like that.
Matches the largest lead for Abington tonight, 3. Trap up front, Valley View breaks that. Pagula inside.
Well, Abington trapping out high, Bob, is to try to force Valley View into shooting a little bit quicker.
Savage thought it was tipped. So did Mimo. Nope, the referees say it remains, goes over to the comments.
Tom Mimo looking like well, I would have got it if I knew you were going to call it the other way.
That's right. Ryan Nealon back into the game for Abington Heights on the baseline. Wide open is Cutrofello, and in and out it goes. We're going to foul in the backcourt on Cutrofello on the reach.
Yeah, a little frustration after he missed that shot. Reach in on Pagula.
One more before the 1-1 kicks in for Valley View. It's the 16th foul on the Comets. A.J. Kaharski, the Cougars' leading scorer, back into the game. He scored all of those 12 in the first quarter.
Yeah, he had a good rest. You'll probably see them get him a couple shots with the last three minutes to go in the half. So far, Cutrofello doing a real good job on Pagula. Hasn't got a good look on the perimeter.
Lucas pushing it. Back over to Robbie Lucas, is just a sophomore. And nice pass inside to Brister.
A good two-man game with the big fellas. Lucas drives it hard. The help comes, and he finds Brister.
5-point advantage for Abington Heights. Under 3 to play in the first half of this Lackawanna League Division I matchup, knocked out of bounds by Brister.
Well, Bob, Abington's playing really good defense. Valley View's keeping them on the defensive end by being deliberate, but they're doing a really solid job holding them only to 16 points thus far.
Savage, no foul. Lucas pushing it for the Comets. Brister blocked by Mimo. Marion from downtown. Get it! Will Marion.
Boy, you got to credit Abington for staying with it. A great block by Nemo, but they stayed with it and got Marion a good look from downtown.
10 for Marion, an 8-point lead for the home team. And we'll foul. 1-1 now for Valley View.
And you see now there, Savage driving, and then when he does drive, they go and double team him. They're not going to let Eli Savage beat them offensively. They're going to make him give it to somebody else and force somebody else to beat them. Abington Heights is.
So Mimo to the line, 2 for 4 on the year. With a 1-1, back of the rim. Well, he stepped on Nealon's foot on the rebound. Walk back gingerly. Still an 8-point lead, 90 seconds left in the half.
Valley View playing really solid defense too. They just get a couple unfortunate breaks that Abington got baskets on.
Comets defense holding Valley View's leading scorer, Savage, to just 2 points. They're going to foul, I think, on Kaharski.
Yeah, they're going to get A.J. Kaharski for a little push on Walsh. Walsh stopped right in front of him, and Kaharski couldn't stop and just bowled him over.
Tahid Jewell, 6'2" senior, back into the game. So he gives them some height.
He's in there to try to get some defensive rebounds for the next 2 possessions.
Oh, nice left-handed hoop from Mr. Walsh.
Now you see the drive on the baseline, draws the contact from Pagula, and then throws it up with his left hand. He knew he had the whistle. He just threw it up, and then it fell in. Good job by Pat Walsh.
And he misses the 3-point opportunity but it's up to a 10-point lead now. 1 minute left in the half.
Well, Valley View having trouble scoring.
Just one basket in this second quarter. Just what I was going to say.
Yeah, Abington's doing a real good job with all that pressure.
Gets his own rebound, and he'll go to the line.
A good job by A.J. Kaharski. He knew he was in a pickle, so he just threw it up off the rim to get his own rebound. He did that on purpose.
Pat Walsh picks up his second foul. A.J. to the line, 1 and 1. Shooting 50% on the year. Excuse me, that's a shooting foul. Misses the first.
Yeah, he struggles from the line. You see, he just threw it up there. He knew he couldn't get to the basket, but he knew he could get his own rebound, so he just chucked it up there.
A.J. looking to play football, maybe Division II level of college. PSAC schools looking at him. Misses both, and those are big.
It'll be interesting now to see if Abington will play for 1 or they'll go. They always get the 2-1-2 high set with Lucas on top. They'll take an easy one if they get it. They'll take a layup if they get it. And it always starts by going to the post with Lucas.
Abington's outscored Valley View in this quarter 9-2. They want to up that. And we're going to foul on the floor.
I think we got a jump ball. Yeah.
Yeah. So possession arrow.
Yeah, you see the tie up, 2 hands on the ball, good call.
To Abington Heights. Let's see if they get last play. Nope. Kaharski with the hold, I think, before the ball was even thrown in.
Yeah, I think if you're Abington, you didn't want that whistle to be blown because they had an easy one. Brister had an easy one inside.
Nemo replaces Kaharski, under 20. Back out, they will play for the last shot. In and go, give and go, he's good. Perfectly executed by Abington. Brister with the bucket.
Now Lucas is such a great passer from that high post.
Your Savage cannot find the rim tonight, and it's a big second quarter, and they blow this one open. The Comets over the Cougars at the half by 12. Here on my TV.
Thanks for sticking with us. It's halftime on My TV, WQMY. Amanda Cool here, joined now by Jeff Snyder from Allied Services. Hi, Jeff. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you. Jeff, can you tell me about what you do here at Allied and what is your position?
Okay. I'm Jeff Snyder. I'm an Assistant Vice President here at Allied Services, and I oversee our Behavioral Health Division, our Vocational Services, and our Waiver Coordination.
That's a lot all in one. Can you tell me exactly what you do with all three and what each one is?
Okay, our Behavioral Health Division serves individuals with serious mental illness. There's a whole continuum of care when you come out of a state hospital, and we help you through all those stages to make you a more productive member of society. You come out of the state hospital, you go into a CRR, a Community Residential Rehabilitation House. There you get your medications under control. We ensure that you go to your doctor's appointments. We kind of teach you the skills, how to cook again, take you to the grocery store, make sure that you have a job, you keep that job, you go to that job. And then after that, you move on to an enhanced supportive living program, which is like an apartment style house. And there's a little bit less supervision. You're a little more on your own. You're a little better off after you came out of the CRR. You're more responsible. You're ready to take on more things. And then after you graduate from that, you go into the supportive living program. And there you have your own apartment, your own home. So then you only have to have us maybe once a week or once a month just to check in and make sure that everything's going well.
When you talk about us, tell me about the positions that you have in that behavioral health division.
Okay, we have mental health workers, we have residential counselors, program supervisors, and then once you graduate out of that, you would have a supportive living caseworker. So we have all those positions available. We are in 4 different counties. We are in Bradford County, Schuylkill County, Lackawanna County, and Luzerne County.
Awesome. How would somebody go about applying for one of those positions?
Well, you would just go to alliedservices.org and look for the career link, click on that, and then you can apply from there.
Jeff, every week we've talked to an employee from Allied and everybody has said they have loved working here. For you, what is it that is that one thing that is so rewarding for you?
Seeing that we make a difference in people's lives every day.
Awesome. Jeff, thank you so much. We'll be right back with highlights from tonight's game as well as the second half coming up.
Both teams on the floor about 4 minutes before we get the third quarter underway. A big second quarter has Abington Heights out in front of Valley View. Bob Ide and Doug Walsh, we are courtside enjoying an up and down game. Really slowed down the second quarter, Doug. And I mentioned 11-2 the Comets outscored the Cougars in that second quarter.
Well, you got to credit Abington Heights. The defense was stifling. Now, the other day against Berks, they gave up 20 in the second quarter and 20 in the third quarter. Don't think they weren't talking about that during practice the last couple of days. They did a super job defending in all aspects. They didn't let Pagula get anything. They didn't let Savage get anything. Each of those 2 guys only have 1 bucket. So credit the Abington Heights defense for this score.
Will Marion leading the way with 12 points for the Comets. They've hit inside. They've gotten contributions from just about everyone on the floor.
You know, when you come into the games, you know, like, yeah, you want to stop Savage, you want to stop Agula, you want to stop Nealon, you want to stop Fedor. The other guys stepped up. Marion with 12, Walshy with 6 or 4, you know, and Rister comes in off the bench and scores 4 too. So the supporting cast for Abington is doing a much better job than Valley View.
Let's take a look at some of those first half highlights here on my TV. It was A.J. Kaharski getting things started for Valley View, and then from there it was pretty much back and forth in that first quarter. So you saw Marion and Fedor, who has 2 fouls.
Now, you know, a lot of offensive rebounds by Abington. That's what they said they had to avoid coming in. You see a nice little mid-range jumper by Walsh, Pat Walsh there, and then, you know, these guys, they're patient on the offensive end, Abington, and sooner or later you're going to break down and you get an open one like you see there. The wide open jumper there, and then the good 2-man game, and a nice pass by, you know, Nealon. He's known for his 3-point shooting, but he can dish it out too. He's a good passer.
A lot of points in the paint for the Comets. They're owning underneath the basket.
Yeah, they have a little bit of a size advantage, you see. And there's some good blocks. There's a good block by Kaharski, and then this is a good play by Connor Hilling. You know, he's playing superb on the defensive end, and that basket there. But the size for Abington is wearing Valley View down a little bit. They got a few offensive, 6 or 7 offensive rebounds, and they converted on 3 or 4 of those and got them some of the lead.
Well, nice student section on hand. A little ESPN action over in the corner. I'm not sure what's going on there, but here's 9-1 Valley View. We mentioned the Toronas win over Carbondale, 66-34. Old Forge is a very good 3A team. We'll see them later on in the season. But again, a nice win the other night. A little scare. Both teams got a scare from Scranton.
Well, you look at the Wallenpaupack and Scranton, for the 2 quality wins there for Valley View. The schedule makers this year, they loaded everything at the front because, you know, Abington has played Prep, Valley View, and Scranton, and you see there Valley View had to go to Paupack, tough place to play, and then they beat Scranton overtime, and then they come here, and it doesn't get any easier. You know, they're going to have to go to Honesdale. They're going to have Prep in the next couple. Then they have to go to West, too. Yeah. So it doesn't get much easier for Valley View.
And the Comets pretty much dominated back-to-back the other night. No excuses, they say, for Berks Catholic. Berks Catholic, District 3, 4A, they're leading the way. They're undefeated. They're a very good team. But it was a tough, big win here at Wynn Prep. A lot of emotion, so they had to play back and back, but pretty much have dominated the rest of the way.
Yeah, you see Abington Heights, they played a tougher schedule. You've got to have to step out and play some other teams to get ready for this, the state playoffs and your division. That loss on Saturday versus Berks, you hate to lose a game, but sometimes losses help you. They get you refocused, they get you grounded a little bit, and I think that loss the other day got Abington a little wake-up call.
What do you want to see from Valley View to get back in this one? They're down 12.
Well, I don't know that they want to push the ball up the floor, but you're going to have to get some easy ones. You're going to have to go a little bit faster on the offensive end if you're Valley View. And if you're Abington, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You don't want to change anything.
So as the spectators get back in their seats here, whistle blows and Cougar ball to begin this third quarter. Down 12. A.J. Karski leading the way with 7 for Valley View.
I think if you're Valley View, you want to get some pick and rolls out and high and maybe get Kaharski and Yusavage the ball going toward the basket.
Pagula scoreless in that first, forces that one, and it'll go out of bounds.
And you have to take advantage of opportunities like this. Now, you always have good set plays. Coach Kerpus will always have a good set play coming out of this. Maybe see if they can get a good look off this inbounds play.
Valley View this year in a 4A team. Abington Heights a 5A team. When Valley View is a 4A team, they make the playoffs. They're the top right now. We'll look at the district standings a little later. Both teams leading their respective classifications right now.
Yeah, and oh, there's a shot by Hilling. See, they're daring him to shoot. Pat Walsh is backing off, daring Connor Hilling to shoot. But as we said, about Valley View has to get other guys involved, so Hilling has to take that shot.
There's Lucas Marion, the leading scorer. Lucas, who had a bad ankle, seems like that's a little bit healed. Against Jewel.
They're trying to get the ball to Fedor inside, yeah.
Fedor against Kaharski. Nope, in and out. Jewel gonna run. Coast to coast, and he does. No good.
Well, as you said, they're featuring the guys inside. The first 2 possessions, Abington wanted to get the ball down inside.
It more looks like the first quarter than the second, and Ryan Nealon lays it up. Actually his first 2 of the game.
Yeah, they want a faster pace. You see, Abington's coming out like gangbusters here in this second half. They want to push the pace. They want to get this thing up into the 60, 70 range, something like that.
Nealon at 25 against Valley West this year already. Goes out of bounds. Looks like, I thought Abington may have touched it from this angle, but it goes over to the Comets. And now Nick Kaharski going to make his first appearance of the night. He'll replace Connor Hilling.
Well, that's designed to get some offense into the game. I'm sure you'll see Nick Kaharski get a few shots up quick.
Well, I guess Coach Kerpus is saying you're going to leave Hilling open. We got to bring someone in that can shoot.
Absolutely, you're right.
Good box out from Pagula. They have numbers for Valley View. Jewel running. Karski already has 1-3. Back down to Jewel, blocked away, but he gets his own rebound.
Boy, Will Marion did a great job blocking that first opportunity. It just fell right into Jewel's hands for the easy second one.
I think Valley View needed that basket badly.
Yeah, you're right. They hadn't scored in quite some time.
They need to get turnovers and make points for the Cougars to get back in this one.
Yeah, and you can't get it all back at once. You got to get stops and then get good shots down the other end. So it's important now to dig in on the defensive end and then make sure you get the rebound if they miss.
He had to come back against Scranton the other night, and he went out of bounds, Marion did, with that left foot. Good defense from Nick Kaharski.
Yeah, he held his ground nice. Nick Kaharski moved his feet well, and Marion stepped on the end line.
The grandpa Stan Kaharski, our colleague at MyTV, happy his grandchildren on the floor. Both at the same time.
That just means we're getting old, Bob.
Jack Chris also done work with us. He's in the stands. Savage, yeah, he walked. Good call.
Yeah, they've got him frustrated a little bit. They're forcing him to drive it. He likes to shoot threes, but they're forcing him to drive it, and he's a little uncomfortable.
Abington hasn't won a district title since 2019, believe it or not. Looking to do it this year. Fedor, good D from Kaharski. Valley View trying to get back into the playoffs first time since 2020.
You see Abington now, they featured Fedor a couple times.
Yeah,
now.
let's see if that gets you Savage going.
That's what they
Hits
needed,
the
yeah.
shot from downtown. He has 5. Back to a 9-point lead, and slowly but surely, Valley View getting back in this one. Kaharski and Marion tangle, no call. Savage to the floor, and they're gonna get the block.
They got tangled up down this end. Marion and Kaharski got tangled up. Marion went down, and the pass just went straight to Nick Kaharski.
Pat Walsh, I believe, is going to get the foul, his 3rd. And Eli Savage go to the line for the first time tonight. He's 83% on the year, almost Mr. Automatic. And he hits that one.
And you see Kirchfellow coming in now. He's going to replace Walsh. Walsh did a great job. Got great minutes out of him. A few buckets, some great defense. You know, these guys are interchangeable, Bob. You know, if somebody fouls out, it's no big deal. They got another guy coming in.
So Valley View has scored all 7 points here in the 3rd quarter. Abington Heights looking for their first bucket of this half.
Now they're doing a real good job on the defensive end, Valley View is. They're taking Fedor away from the basket a little bit more. They're denying the post. They're making it very difficult for Abington to score down low.
Lucas does a nice job with his body control.
Yeah, even that one was a tough shot, even though he made it. You're going to try to get, sooner or later, you got to get your Savage in the pick and roll.
Kaharski forcing it. Blocked away, good defense inside from Abington Heights. Fellow, Fedor knocked out, and we will get our timeout. 3:22 left. This game is not in the books yet, folks. Abington Heights with the lead with plenty of action to come. Dr. Todd, smile on cam, and plenty to cheer about in the Abington Heights student section tonight. We got announcers, we got girls basketball, we got wrestling in there. Just about everybody supporting each other here at Abington Heights. 3:22 left in the 3rd. Abington Heights still has the lead, although it's been cut into a little bit. And it'll be Comets ball underneath. Bob-eyed Doug Walsh enjoying this Division I showdown. The lead on the line. Both teams 2-0 in league play so far early on in the year. Backdoor, no good. In their last meeting, which was last January, believe it or not, Valley View won on a last-second shot by LV Paguda, 41-40.
Well, I'm pretty sure Abington was talking about that too before this game. Remember last time we played these guys? So we're not going to let that happen again.
Yep. Before that, Abington won in their first meeting.
You see Bay and McLean in here. They need size. Valley View does. Yeah, he walked.
So turnover now is going to cost Valley View.
And give McLean some playing time with the big fellas. He's in there to defend down low against Fedor.
Nick Kaharski remains in there now against Marion. 2-12's going at it. Back out to Lucas. Got it! From the corner, Robbie Lucas.
Boy, Kutcherfellow did a great job keeping himself in bounds and finding Lucas in the corner for a wide open 3.
He does not shoot a lot of them, Coach. He is 4th on the year.
Well, you know, when you're left that wide open, you have to shoot it.
So back to a 12-point lead. That's what it was at the half. Valley View had cut it down to 7 here in the 3rd.
When they did a concerted effort that time into getting the ball into McLean, he just didn't finish.
Marion to the corner. Kutcherfellow, and we're going to have a block on Jewell. That'll be, I believe, his 3rd foul. It is. And it'll go underneath to Abington.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, he bumped him. He didn't have his feet moving.
Kyle Roop back into the game for the Cougars. He has 3 points in that first half. A lot of scoring options for Abington this year. Luke has had a big game. Just the other night, in fact. 19 against Scranton.
Yeah, he scored double figures in both league contests too so far this year. Only a sophomore. Good defense by Valley View, taking Abington out, pushing them way out high.
Cutrufalo. Marion trying to poke up Niskarsky. Much like something out there.
Well, he's got a size advantage. He's been camped out in that post for the last 3 or 4 possessions, Marion, trying to get a post up.
So, Roop had it taken away. Now he's banged up a little bit. It looks like he's holding his left thigh. And Coach Kerpis comes on to take a look at him. Coach Kerpis also a physical therapist by by trade, so kind of works out.
Yeah, usually you have to beckon the coach onto the floor, but if he's a therapist, he's got carte blanche to come out there and look at his guy. You know, you look at the referee too. It's a rough game. Oh, okay,
you mentioned what Valley View had coming up, and they, West, they still have to play prep. Honesdale's tough on the road, and then they get back into second half play.
Yeah, at West Scranton, prep's it's always tough to play at Honesdale. You know, so it's front end loaded, this tough schedule for all these guys in Division I.
They'll meet the Comets again at home February 3rd. That's a Friday. 2 halves here. They don't play 2 halves though in this Division I.
No, it's one straight schedule. You play everybody in your division, home and home, and then you play Division II, everybody once.
Good pump fake from the sophomore. He's going to be a good one, folks.
He's a little bit too much to handle for Valley View in these last 2 quarters.
He has 9. And Savage blocked. Let's see if they'll give him 2 shots.
Yeah, they're going to give it. They're going to get Fedor, I think, and they're going to give him 2.
So Fedor's 3rd.
Yeah, with a minute to go in the 3rd, you're going to have to let him stay, I guess. But oh no, they're going to come get him. Here comes Brister to get him.
Buell back in. He has 3.
Fedor's probably going to just sit the last minute of the 3rd, and then he'll probably come back in the 4th.
Brister back in, and Savage misses a rare free throw. And the other Manuka Subaru free throw, no good, but Jewell takes away. He's rested. They'll leave McLean in there for the size. Jewell to the rack, no good. McLean can't get it to go. 2 opportunities for the Cougars.
Well, you got to credit Coach Kerpis. He put those guys in there to get rebounds, and they've missed 4 easy ones. They've gotten the rebounds, but they just couldn't capitalize.
Brister blocked. Some size in there, Valley View paying off, but they need buckets. McLean running the court. That one he will make.
A beautiful pass by Jewell. He knew he had McLean open. McLean just had to make sure he caught it. We're going to get Savage on a block.
Brister strong, so second quarter, I don't want to say boring, but the first and third have been very exciting, Coach.
Yeah, it's very exciting to me to see this great defense being played in the second quarter by Abington. That's what got them the lead, and they kind of got away from it a little bit this 3rd quarter. They got to go back to that good hard-nosed defense, picking up full court.
Brister not used to getting to the line, just 0-1, now 0-2. And he'll make the second. 22 seconds left. And they will leave Jewell in there. He has 4.
Well, you figure on the offensive end, unless he goes over the back, you got to make sure he doesn't go over the back on this.
Or was that Savage,
rebound.
and it follows on Savage?
Yeah, that last
second.
Yeah, that last.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tough to read the scoreboard here.
But I think Jewell has 3, though.
Yeah, he does. Jewell does have 3. 4 seconds. Knocked away. Second and a half. For Valley View. Catch and shoot coming up. You have a chance to probably make 1 move, right?
Yeah, you probably have a chance to get 1 dribble maybe. And then you got to get it up.
Savage off the mark. Valley View cut the lead to 7, but Abington Heights extends the lead at the end of the third. 38-25, your score. Quarter number 4 coming up. There's Doug Walsh, Bob Ide. In our early days.
Yeah, I used to have hair like that guy, Bob, a long time ago.
You did. You did. Doug and I have been doing games since the Marywood Union college days.
Yeah.
But glad you could join us here. Division I lead on the line. Been Abington Heights really since the end of the first quarter, and they extend the lead now to 13.
They played lockdown defense really solid. Your Savage is frustrated. Pagula is frustrated.
Floater by Savage. He can't find the mark tonight. Lucas will push it.
You see all 5 jerseys on the blue back below the level of the ball to shut that break down. Good job by Valley View, hustling back.
Will Marion, number 12, the leading scorer at half, has not scored anything in the second half. But again, a lot of weapons on this Comet team. Nice pass to Fedor.
Now you see the guards on Abington are really strong off the dribble. Nealon's a good 3-point shooter, but he can do other things too. He can take you off the drive, and he's doing a good job of that and finding his teammates after they come with the help.
McLean, no good. And we'll have a foul going against the Cougars, I think. And Brister on the floor.
They're going to get McLean, I believe, for a foul on the rebound.
Yeah. Nope, it's Walsh who took the brunt of that.
Now you see, here's the shot, and then, yeah, McLean kind of ran Walsh over.
So Comet's ball underneath. That is the third team foul on Valley View.
Valley View forced to press now, being down 15 and just late in the ball game. It's going to lead to faster tempo, though, and I think that plays into Abington's hands.
Jewel, good board. Up to Kaharski. Blocked away.
Oh, Fedor took it right away from Kaharski.
Lucas to the outside. No good from Nealon. Valley View has had their chances underneath to get back in. They just can't find the basket.
Yeah, they missed a couple of easy ones.
Like that.
Just like that, yeah. They're getting good looks. They're getting good shots. They're just not falling.
Eli Savage averaged 15 points coming into this game. And he has 7 so far.
Yeah, and he's had to work for all 7 of those. You can see the frustration on his face. He's got a couple ones that didn't fall. There's another one that didn't fall.
Rupp, yeah.
And Rupp goes over the back.
Yeah, so Rupp picks up the foul. That's just his first. And a frustration maybe from Valley View. They haven't been tested since Old Forge this season.
Well, you go back to that, Bob. That's why you play a tough schedule like Abington did. So for times like this, you're used to this kind of an atmosphere right now. You're used to this kind of a tough game, and this is really Valley View's maybe the second taste of it, and they lost at Old Forge in their first taste of it. So you have to play a little bit more stiffer competition before the division starts.
They beat an undefeated Carbondale team at the time in the Toronas file. But since then, Carbondale has lost a couple in league play. Good feed to Kaharski.
Yeah,
his first bucket since the first quarter.
Kyle Rupp with a good drive. He drew the help and a really nice find.
Or maybe should have brought it out. And they're going to have a foul on the floor. On Jewel. That is his fourth.
Yeah. Fedor getting a little bit frustrated on this end of the floor, the offensive end. He just threw that one up knowing that they were going to get the offensive rebound.
Let's see if Abington now will work some time.
Yeah, they're going to get Pagula on a hold. They're running that flex cut after the ball comes in. Walsh coming in off the screen. Pagula had no other recourse but to hold.
16 fouls now on the Cougars. Rope out to Kaharski.
Well, that could be a problem with 6 fouls, because if you're on the road and you get the home team into the bonus, it's going to be a problem.
Who's going to shoot it from the outside? Savage is on the bench. Nick Kaharski back in. To his brother. His brother has it taken away in the paint.
Will Marion doing a great job on the defensive end all night long.
Let's see if Abington will work some clock at all. Nope, they'll go push it into Lucas. Coach Bianca letting him play. Can't get it to go. Foul on Kaharski.
Yeah, I think it might be a little bit too early to start running clock and try to put the ball into the icebox. You see the strong move by Lucas. He's a lot to handle. He's a big fella down there.
Lucas's first free throws of the night. Savage back in.
And they're also going to bring in Noah Vino, maybe see if he can spot him up for a 3 or 2.
Lucas 71% on the line. The second Manuka Subaru free throw is good, so he hits both. Back up to a 15-point lead.
But more importantly, Bob, that foul, even though it was a 2-shot foul, it puts Abington in the bonus from here on in. So Valley View has to be careful they don't foul. Trying to post up Rupp inside. Walsh doing a good job laying him out.
Trying to force it inside. No one's really looking for the outside shot. Jewell tosses it up and he'll count at the lefty. Nice three-pointer.
Yeah, Nealon got caught in the switch, gave him a little bit too much room.
Jewell's first three-pointer on the season, taken away. Kaharski is knocked away on the pass to Jewell.
Kaharski a little late getting that pass to Jewell. If he hit him earlier, he probably would have had it. You see Pat Walsh hustle back in and knock it away.
Out to Savage. He looked for the three.
He can score in a hurry, so get him 2 or 3 shots down the stretch. Might be able to get Valley View back in it.
Switched by the Comets. Kaharski on the inside. Nice drive from AJ. Timeout, 3:52. And we'll take ours as well. 11-point lead. And it's bring your alligator to work day here at the in Common Country. That's the Valley View cheering section. And they've been here since the JV game, really giving it to just about everybody, even us out there. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Little blow-up alligator. I don't think there's any gators in Northeast PA except one right there.
Yeah, nice crowd. Good student section, both for Abington and Valley View came loaded for bear.
3:52 left, down to an 11-point lead. It was at 15. Valley View's gonna press. Try to get an easy bucket. I have a feeling this one's not over yet. Lucas left alone. No foul, lays it up and in.
When you press like that, you're gambling and you're going to leave the back open. Oh, they're going to get Fedor on a block.
So 13 for Lucas. Marion still has 12. And you mentioned Fedor. His fourth foul.
Yeah. Coach Banky going to leave man with 3.5 to go. If he fouls out, yeah, no big deal.
Should that have been 101?
No, it's only 3. They got a long way to go to get into the bonus. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I was looking at Valley View with 7.
Well, the possession arrow goes to Abington. And see, if you're Abington now, you can't take your foot off the gas. If you get an easy one, you got to take it.
Lucas got it.
Well, he's doing everything tonight. He's passing it. He's shooting threes. He's posting up. He's defending down low.
He came in with a bad ankle, and he's been playing lights out lately. 19 the other night, 16 tonight. And will foul underneath. Rupp with the hoop and the arm.
Yeah, it seems like that injury's not bothering Lucas, so I guess he's okay.
Talk about who's the next great Abington Heights player as Fedor fouls out. And Robbie Lucas, just a sophomore. And this team is very young. Matt Shaw, the senior leading scorer, came back this year, played a game, led them, but then hurt that knee again that's been aggravating him for years.
Yeah, but you look at this team, though, Bob, as you said, Marion, Nealon, Lucas, they got Jordan Schaefer backing them up, too. They're solid going forward.
We have a hold against Abington. No, yep, against Abington. Valley View ball. The hold was on Bossy.
Well, you see Rupp, he's in an offensive mind, and he's trying to score.
So now let's see. Now Abington probably will slow it down.
Now they're going to go the 2-1-2 set. They're going to be real patient. They'll take a layup and a layup only. Oh, nice job by
Vino.
Vino coming up with, oh, he didn't
Except
get
he
it.
threw it to the wrong team.
Oh.
That happens.
Yeah, Coach Bianchi got a little nervous. He wanted to get a timeout.
So timeout on the floor for Coach Ken Bianchi. 852 wins for the longtime coach. West Scranton Tech here at Abington for 27 years, along with Jeff McLean. Dynamic duo, winning state titles. And is there anything they haven't done?
Well,
Park the cars.
I'll show you how old I am. Because when I was at prep in the '80s, we were coaching against Kenny Bianchi at Scranton Tech. And that's over 30 years ago, 35 years ago. So he's been around a long time. Always had success too.
Comets coming up. We'll head to Del Val, Western Wayne, and another away game with District 4 Shamokin. Then they have Prep down the 27th.
You know, they dodged this bullet here tonight, Bob, so that means they've beaten Scranton, they've beaten Prep, and they have beaten Valley View. Probably their three toughest matchups in the division.
Yeah, they definitely the favorites coming in, and they've proven it here tonight. Vino gonna push it. His team down 14, knocks out of bounds, and Coach Bianchi's still coaching hard. But really, it's been the lockdown defense from Abington Heights on the best scorers from Valley View that's been the difference.
Yeah, they've done a great job on you, Savage and Pagula, and I see Pagula comes back in now. Got to try to look for a three ball in these last 2 minutes.
Inside the Rupp, blocked away, and nope, we have a foul on the body. I don't know if it's Bossy or Brister. It will be Nigo Bossy headed to Brown to play football next year.
A good two-man game there by
Kyle Rupp to the line.
Yep, Valley View. Nice two-man pick and roll game. And he's still got life if he can make some foul shots. And you know, it seems like a big hill to climb, but you never know. Certainly got to make the foul shot. So
Missed that. For Rupp.
yeah, now you'll see Abington with a 2-1-2 set. I do believe you'll have Lucas on the high post once the ball gets over the timeline. Now you got a 10-second call.
10 seconds. Turnover. Pagula back in.
Yeah, working the offense, defense, Coach Kerpus is. Never say die. Yeah, Rupp has to leave. They got all three of their best three-point shooters on the floor right now. Valley View does.
Joe will take it underneath with the left hand. Down to 11-point lead. 90 seconds left. foul. That should send Marion to the line.
Well, another good coaching move there, too. They're going to foul Marion. For some reason, Marion struggles from the foul line.
Foul Pagula, not Jewell. Or was it on Vino? Vino, I guess, picked up the foul first. As you mentioned, Will Marion to the line. Just 35% on the year? That seems unusual.
It is unusual. You know, you find that a lot with good outside shooters. They struggle from the foul line. I don't know what it is, but you see that more often than you would think. But the game that Will Marion's having tonight, he's probably not going to miss his foul shots tonight.
He has 14.
He's doing everything. He's playing great defense. He's scoring when they need to. He's coming up with loose balls.
Kaharski, not hot hand, but that's just a 2. So he's the leading scorer tonight. But 11-point lead still.
Yeah, they're going to foul Marion. They're going to keep fouling him.
Yeah, it'll be on you, Savage. His third. And Marion to the line, as you just saw, converted the last one-on-ones. It is a one-on-one, no bonus yet. That one is in and out, but Ryan Nealon is Johnny on the spot, picks up the rebound. A little mental lapse from Valley View.
Yeah, I think Jewell thought it was a 2-shot foul. Like he was in box out, he just stood there, and Nealon went right around him and grabbed it.
Under a minute to play. Abington looking to go to 10-1. Valley View will fall to 9-2. Marion with the normal 2. He has 16. He's tied with Lucas. He'll be our players of the game. Coming up at the end, a sophomore and a junior. Kaharski still battling. Jewell already had one tonight. Can't get it to go. And foul, 25 seconds left.
Yeah, they're going to get Lucas fouling Rupp on the rebound. No quit in this Valley View team, though. They keep pounding the glass. They keep going at it. Just kind of a frustrating night for them. The defense was very solid for Abington, and then they had some opportunities. They just didn't convert. They seemed to miss a lot of easy ones and ones they normally would make.
Lucas Subaru foul shot, no good. A lot of baskets left on the floor for Valley View here at Abington Heights tonight.
I think they're going to call. They're going to foul one more time.
Yeah, but this one's pretty much in the book, folks. We will have Holy Redeemer and Nanticoke our next game, January 19th. Wyoming Valley Conference action. As Marion will go to the line, this will be the leading scorer. He makes this one, so looking pretty good, Coach.
You know, sometimes when you have nights like this, you forget that you're not the greatest foul shooter.
17 for Will Marion. And 10 seconds left, taken away from Marion. That will just do it. Valley View will not foul. And a great Lackawanna League Division I matchup is in the books. And it's the home team that prevails, and they will take sole possession of the lead in the Division I of the Lackawanna League. When Doug and I return, we'll have our Allied Services players of the game. It will be Will Marion and Robbie Lucas for the Comets, and then Doug and I will wrap things up here in Comet Country. The final score again, 52-38. Welcome back to Clark Summit, everyone. Abington Heights improves to 10-1 on the year, and our Allied Services players of the game, Will Marion and Robbie Lucas. And Will, we'll start with you. 17 points on the night, most of those in the first half. What do you guys want to come out and do against Valley View to establish?
You know, we just wanted to play as fast as we could. 94-foot game, try to speed them up a little bit. I think we did pretty solid at that. I think our defense really kept us in the game in the first half and second half, so I think that really helped us.
And then in the second half, you didn't really score until the end, but really, and on this team, anybody can score at any time, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, we have a deep bench too. 5 great starters, deep bench. So whenever someone isn't hitting, we know our teammate will be. So we know we got each other's backs.
What now do you want to see from your team now as we go forward?
Improvement, but I think we're doing really good. Our coaches prepare us very well for every game, so hopefully we can just keep improving on the year.
Well, one of the guys that's had a hot hand is your teammate. We'll bring Robbie in. Robbie, 19 the other night against Scranton. Tonight, you're coming off with an ankle injury, I understand, the other night. How'd you feel?
I felt pretty good. Just felt good as I started the game. Came out physical, re-rounded the ball, played well.
Talk to me about the inside play here. I mean, obviously, you have Ryan and Will that can shoot from the outside. You and Brister and some of the other guys on the inside. Talk to me about how that favors this team this year.
Yeah, they can really spread the floor. They can make threes, so it opens up in the inside. We just make them when we can.
Just a statement game for you. You come back and beat Scranton, you beat the other top team, Valley View. You beat Prep the other night.
Yeah, it's definitely a big win. I mean, 3-0 in the league. We just got to keep it rolling.
Good luck, guys, the rest of the way. I'm sure we'll see you in the district playoffs. We'll bring Doug in now to wrap things up as they'll head to the locker room. I think, really, as I mentioned to Robbie, Abington Heights has established themselves now the team to beat.
Absolutely. Coming in with this performance they did tonight, solid defense, typical Kenny Bianchi coach team. Now they're playing a little faster this year, pushing the ball up the floor, and those two guys that you just interviewed, what a great game they both played.
Valley View picks up their second loss, but again, they're going to be a team in 4A to watch.
They're not going away. They didn't quit. They missed a couple of chippies. They were a little frustrated, and credit Abington's defense for doing that, but Valley View is going to be around at the end of the year.
Absolutely. This Lackawanna League now Division I, probably controlled by Abington Heights. The rest of the league as well, we'll see throughout the season, Doug. But basketball is very alive in Lackawanna County.
Yeah, Abington controls their own destiny, but it's not going to be an easy one. It's a long haul. It's a 13-game set, so it's a long way from over.
Absolutely. So our next game, as I mentioned, will be in the Wyoming Valley Conference, January 19th at 7:30. It's Nanticoke taking on Holy Redeemer. 1 of 7 in the books for high school hoops here on MyTV WQMY. Enjoy the ride tonight with Doug. We'll see Doug back with Lackawanna League action in a couple weeks. We have Billy Jones coming in for the Wyoming Valley Conference games in about 10 days or so. So for the entire Fox 56 sports crew, for Doug Walsh, this is Bob Ide saying so long, and high school hoops is underway here on MyTV WQMY.
Allied Services High School Hoops presented by Bathfitter.